Today's practice is a heart-opening yoga flow. So we'll find space in our back bends, noticing that connection of the movement between the front and the back body. And it's just a chance to give back some time to ourselves, connect inwards. So we're going to start by finding a comfortable seated position. So perhaps for you that's cross-legged, maybe that's kneeling. Just come to find a position that you can hold for a few minutes, maybe propping your hips up on a cushion. And then allow your hands to come somewhere onto your body, maybe on your knees, or perhaps at that heart space. Somewhere that allows you to connect in for a moment. Perhaps allowing your eyes to close down or allowing your gaze to soften towards the floor. And allow that awareness to settle onto your breath. Notice those inhales and those exhales. Perhaps the rhythm of your breath. Perhaps the temperature. A lot of our energy that we give in day-to-day life is outwards. We give a lot back. Whether that's thinking about external things, things that we can't control, or simply giving to others. But this time on the mat is a chance to give back to ourselves. A chance to be with ourselves, feel ourselves, and be with the breath in this moment. So let's move with compassion today, resting when we need rest, moving in a way that feels intuitive. And gift yourself in these next few minutes. I'm going to start to add some movement in now. So as you breathe in, allow your chest to move forward. Allow your shoulders to come back. And as you breathe out, reverse that movement. So rounding through the back. Create space between the shoulder blades, draw up your chin. Allow that movement to continue, noticing how it flows from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of the head. Moving forwards and back with your breath. Inhale one more time, come forward, allow your chest to lead as you lift the gaze. And then exhale to round, noticing that opening of the back body as your front body rounds. This time we'll add some arm movement. So as you inhale, draw your arms all the way back behind you, maybe finding a clasp with the fists. And as you exhale, slowly draw your arms all the way around to the front, like you're hugging a big beach ball. Inhale, allow the arms to come back, move slowly, move mindfully. Sometimes slowing down can be the hardest thing. Exhale, come around to that big hug, space between the shoulder blades. Really nice. Inhale, draw both arms up to the sky. Feel that length out through the sides of the waist. And then exhale, start to bend your elbows, finding that cactus position with the arms. Breathe here. Inhale, reach short. Exhale, cactus. Holding, find that strength through the back body. Really stretch your fingertips away, find space. Inhale to lift. And then exhale to lower. This time, point your fingers down towards your screen. And then just allow your hands to come one on top of the other. For a moment, just holding yourself here. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Draw a big circle with the arms. Take it up. And then as we exhale, let's move forward onto all fours. So come to find your shoulders roughly above wrists, hips above knees. And as you inhale, extend your right arm to the sky. Reach it tall. Find space here. Exhale to bend that top elbow. And then we'll start to touch elbows or draw them towards one another. So draw your top to your bottom. And then inhale, open up. 2 more, elbow to elbow. Inhale into the chest. A little tap. Exhale. And then inhale, re-extend that top arm high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it all the way under the armpit, taking your cheek towards the mat or maybe onto a pillow or a cushion. Finding that little twist through the back body. Option to extend your left arm towards the top of the mat. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just slowly coming out of that, re-extending that bottom arm to the sky. And then exhale, find that all fours position. Other side, inhale, left arm reaches. See if you can extend those fingers as high as they can go, and then bend that top arm. Hand comes behind the head, or maybe just bends in space. Elbow to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. One more, inhale, lift. Find that opening through the chest. Exhale to tap. Next, inhale, extends the top arm high to the sky before you sweep it under the right armpit. Cheek comes towards the mat or a cushion. And then just notice how this feels in your body on this side. Can you engage through the glutes so your hips come back to center? And then reach your fingers to the top of the mat. Does that feel a little more spacious in your body? Exhale, draw back, find those all fours. We'll take a little cat-cow here just to reset. So as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Open through the front body. And as you exhale, start to round, tuck tailbone, tuck chin. And open through the back body. Find that neutral spine position and start to walk your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Dropping through the heart space, find that puppy pose. Perhaps your forehead finds the mat or finds that cushion. And take a deep breath into the heart center. Exhale here. Think about your hips staying stacked over your knees. Press down into the tops of the feet. And then we'll start to calm out. So walking your hands back to yourself, or find a child's pose. So take the knees together. So take the toes together, knees out wide. And sink your hips back to your heels. Allow your forehead to be supported. If child's pose doesn't feel like a resting pose in your body, you can always come to a kneeling position whenever I cue that pose. From wherever you are, we're going to find our first down dog. So spread your fingers nice and wide, tuck your toes, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. So maybe starting to pedal out through the heels, finding a little bit of movement here, exploring how this pose feels in your body. Can you feel that energy from the fingers lifting up through the shoulders and lifting the hips high? Maybe try bending your knees and pressing your ribs towards your thighs. Take your gaze between your thumbs. We're going to start to tiptoe to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift here, inhale. And exhale, fold over your legs. This time take your hands all the way to the sky as you inhale, lift tall. And exhale, find your hands through heart center. Take a breath here. And then we'll start to flow. Inhale, draw your hands to the sky. Exhale, find that forward fold. So lower all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to get there. And from here, find that extension, halfway lift. Lift through the back body. Plant your hands and step your right foot back. Lower the back knee, keep your hands low and lift your gaze, lift your chest. Plant the hands, step back to find plank pose and lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, find that back bend, lifting up through the chest space. Exhale, press back to your downward facing dog, option to move through all fours. Take a breath in. And let it go. Step your right foot in between your hands, lower the left knee. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, back foot comes to meet front, find that halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Lift your hands high to the sky, move slow, take up space. And exhale through heart center. Other side, lift your hands high, inhale. Exhale, slowly, slowly with control, dive it down. Use the muscles in your back body to lift the crown of your head. Then plant your hands, and this time step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower the left knee and inhale. Find that half lift. Find that lift of the chest. Plank pose. Step back. Drop knees or keep them lifted, bending your elbows. Take yourself all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lifting through your heart center. Engage the glutes. Tuck toes, lift hips, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Left foot steps to the top of the mat, lower the right knee. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, front, back foot comes to meet front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. Drop your hands down by your side, and this time come to find that clasp again with the hands. Press the fists away, open up through the chest, and here we'll forward fold, leading from that chest. Notice how when we pull the fists away, it engages through the back muscles, using that strength to slowly lower, leading with your chest, micro bend through the knees. And then once you've gone as low as you can go, allow your hands to release. Find that forward fold. Inhale, halfway, create space. Exhale, plant your hands and step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower the right knee, and this time lift your hands. We're going to find a little bit of a lift with the hips. So engage through the glutes, push back and find that 90-degree angle with both knees. Inhale, lift tall through the hands. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend your elbows, open up through the chest. Maybe lift your gaze one more time. Exhale, hold it here for our breath. Lift with your inhale. And exhale, release. Lift your hands high. Frame that front foot and find your back pose. Lowering knees, chest, chin, or all the way down, keeping your knees lifted. Inhale, find that cobra pose. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, in through the nose. And exhale, release. Take the gaze between the thumbs, right foot steps all the way to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need to get there and lower that back left knee. This time keeping the hips forward, so engage the glutes to strengthen here as you lift the arms. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. So press the top of the back foot into the mat to keep that left glute switched on. Inhale, reach the hands high, and exhale, can you draw a big slow circle with the arms? Lovely. Inhale, draw the hands back up to the sky. And exhale, plant your hands down onto the mat. We're going to find a half Hanumanasana. So start to shift the hips back, extending through that front leg, maybe lifting the toes to the sky. Find that stretch through the front hamstring. Inhale, lift the back of the head. And exhale, find a little more space in this fold. Plant your top foot, tuck the back knee and lift the back leg. Let's find a moment in pyramid, extending through the front leg. Take your gaze forward, bend the back knee and pop your foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to the sky. And exhale, hands through heart center. Other side, lifting tall. Inhale with the hands. Exhale, circle them down and find that clasp. Reaching the fists away to open up through the chest. Keep your glutes engaged, tailbone tucked under. Exhale, lead down with your chest. Find that forward fold using the strength in your back. Allow the crown of your head to lower as you release the clasp of the hands. And fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands and step your left foot to the back of the mat, lowering that back left knee, untuck the toes. As you inhale, lift the hands high and shift your hips back. So we have that 90-degree angle between both knees, just allowing that lower back to elongate here, focusing on the upper back as we inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, create space at your heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus pose. Hold it here for a breath. Maybe even lift your gaze. And then exhale, re-extend, frame your front foot. And find that plank pose. Both feet meet at the back of the mat. Lower from high to low. Knees, chest, chin. All knees lifted. Untuck the toes. Slide your chest forward. Keep your elbows tucked in as you lift into cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Gaze between thumbs, left foot steps forward this time. Lower the right knee, untuck the toes. Keeping that back foot pressing into the mat to engage the right glute. Circle your arms to the sky. This time the back bend is coming through your whole back body. Keep lifting up and out with your chest and exhale to draw that big circle with your arms. Opening that heart space, giving yourself this moment. Inhale, hands lift to the sky. And exhale, plant them down onto the mat. We'll find that extension through the front leg. So tuck through the back toes, shift your hips to the back of the mat and perhaps point those front toes to the sky. Breathing in, feel that length from the heel all the way through the back of the leg, lower back, space between the shoulder blades, opening through the whole back body. Plant the front toes, tuck the back foot and extend through both legs for a breath as much as you can. Keep your gaze forward, micro bend through that back knee to pop both feet together at the top of the mat. Find that halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hands through heart center. Really nice. Notice the ground beneath your feet here. Can you lift all 10 of your toes and then plant them back down? So finding that sturdy connection of the sole of the foot with the floor. I'm going to find a moment in balance. So take the weight into your right foot and lift your left knee. Option here to extend the left heel away or keep the knee bent, whichever feels most intuitive for you today. From here, let's start to move forward. So start kicking that front heel back, leading with the chest. Keep the strength in your back body to lift you here, and then starting to extend that back heel away. If you wobble, you can come right back out. And try again. Keep a steady focus with the gaze. Option here to spread your wings. Open your arms wide for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Can you draw everything back into center? Come out the way we came in. Bringing your knee back up. Option to re-extend that leg. And then exhale. Drop it all down. Give yourself a little wiggle. Reset. Lift the toes up. And plant them back down. We're going to take that on the other side. So hands to heart center, weight into your left foot this time. Keep a steady focus with your gaze as you lift the right knee. Option to extend that right heel away or keep the knee bent as we move back into our warrior three. So starting to send the leg back behind you as you lead with your chest. Keep a steady gaze. Micro bend into that left knee. And then find that almost pendulum motion of the heel and the head. If you feel steady here in your balance, you can start to spread those wings, take up space. Take a moment of flight. Inhale here. And then exhale, start to close everything back in. Whew. Wobbles today. Inhale, lift. Option to re-extend that leg. And exhale, drop it all down. Release your hands. Take a breath deep into your belly. And then let it go. Allow your shoulders to soften. the back of your head to be heavy. And from here, we'll just softly fold all the way down. Nice bend in the knees. Allow your hands to be heavy. Curl round into that ball. Plant your hands to the floor. Step back, find your plank pose. Option to move through a vinyasa or come straight to downward facing dog. Either lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale through your back bend. And exhale, find that downward facing dog. Let's come to child's pose. So take the toes together, knees wide. Sink your hips back to your heels. And release the forehead to the mat. And again, option to be in kneeling if this isn't comfortable or resting in your body. And just take a moment to let all of that movement settle. See how it feels to have opened up, to have taken up space here. See how it feels to have given yourself this time, to have checked in. And as you next inhale, we're going to start to find all fours. And then tuck the toes, plant your bum on the floor, and extend your legs out in front of you. Point the toes to the sky and shift your hips forward a little so the sit bones are really connected with the floor. If you find that you're really rounding in your lower back, you can pop the hips on a cushion or on a brick just to elevate them here. Hands just down by your side. Inhale, find that length through the waist. And as you exhale, start to walk the hands forward, keeping that feeling of length. Keep kicking the heels away. You may not go very far, you just need to feel that extension, that stretch through the back of the legs. Lift the chest and release the jaw. Exhale, start to come back out. We're going to find our way to the floor. So shuffling forward if you need to create a bit of room, and then just pop yourself onto your forearms. Forearms are roughly underneath shoulders. I like to shuffle my hands just underneath my glutes there. And then just allowing yourself to recline back, a supported fish pose. If this feels uncomfortable through the neck to go all the way back, you can keep that gaze forward. And again, seeing if we can find that sense of lift, dropping the shoulders and up and out through the chest. It might feel nice to point the toes away, or maybe just to soften the legs. And then exhale, take your gaze forward, shuffle your hands out the way and come to find your final resting pose. So coming fully onto your back body. We'll close with a happy baby. So just grabbing a hold of the outer edges of the feet. Drawing your hands inside the knees, and for a moment just allow yourself to rock from side to side, massaging out that back body. All of that strengthening we've done through the back, let's just release it now. Have a gentle rock. Draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. Take this moment, be with yourself. And then exhale, extend your legs along the mat, allow your arms to come down by your side. And we'll take a few moments here, just to reconnect in like we did at the start of practice. Perhaps closing down your eyes. Allowing your bones to be heavy, allowing your muscles to soften. Feeling the connection of the touch points of your body supported by the earth. And for the next few moments, there's nothing to do, but just be. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Take a deep breath into the belly. Open the mouth and let it go. Starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Perhaps taking your arms all the way above your head. Find a full body stretch. And as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Maybe start to give a little rock and roll. Making your way back to that comfortable seat we found at the start of practice. Drawing the hands somewhere onto the body, perhaps on the knees or maybe at the heart space. Give yourself this final breath in this practice, in this space. Let it fill you up. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, let it go. Thank you so much.